Hi Willow and Ash class, so today we're going to finish our stories. Yesterday we set the scene for our story, we introduced the reader to the character of the story, and we made sure that the character had found that instrument ready for all the action to take place. So I'm going to recap what we wrote yesterday, and then I'm going to model to you how you might finish your story, and then I'm going to ask you to carry on and finish your stories. So we started. One morning a young polar bear cub was walking through the white Arctic plains. It was cold and silent except for the crunch as his foot pressed into the snow. Nothing and no one could be seen for miles except for the fresh, fluffy snow. Suddenly he spotted something glinting in the snow. "What could this be?" he asked. It was a brown wooden object with a long neck and a wide body. It had 6 strings which were tied to the neck and the body. The bear cub plucked a string. It made an awful sound. The polar bear cub picked up the strange object and carried it back to his old den so that he could show his family. Okay, so we're going to think about what's going to happen next, and we can use our plans to help you with that. So I'm thinking the bear cub is going to practice this instrument until it makes a good sound. So the polar, and I'm not going to write cub because lots of time has passed now, spent days, I really liked that phrase, so I'm going to magpie that from the story. Days and weeks and months and years plucking the strings, maybe? Plucking the strings until do we call it a guitar yet? Until his guitar made, instead of sound, I'm going to call it music this time. Made beautiful music. There's my adjective. Okay, the polar bear spent many days and weeks and months and years plucking the strings until his guitar made beautiful music. I might put the word many in there. Okay, until it made beautiful music. So now he's going to be found by someone. So I think in the Arctic, maybe some explorers perhaps, or scientists might be a good person to find him. So one day, I'm going to go for explorers, some interested explorers. Some interested explorers were visiting the icy plains when they came across the polar bear, maybe? When they across the polar bear. I could put some speech in here maybe. "What beautiful music," one explorer exclaimed. So I'm going to have my inverted commas. What music. I might put an exclamation mark on there and then inverted commas again. One scientist exclaimed. Okay, so now what are they going to ask him to do? Maybe some more inverted commas. You should come and play in the city. Okay, I don't really need to put exclaim there because the scientist had already said that. So then the bear needs to make that decision. So the polar bear, he did that maybe? The polar bear did just that. He boarded the huge ship and sailed, maybe? And sailed back to the city. Okay, so now we want to think about what happened then. Maybe over a period of time, so we could put our time conjunctions in. Over many months, the bear became famous. And played to huge audiences. And played to huge audiences. He was the most popular bear in the city. Okay, so then we want to go on to, well, actually, maybe he wasn't feeling quite as good as he wanted to in the city. Maybe something was pulling on those heartstrings. So I might carry on my story thinking, well, maybe one evening he sat staring at the sky with something tugging on his heart. He realised he wanted to go back to his home. And then you could carry on your story in that way. So this is just my example. What I want you to do now is go away and finish writing your own stories. And I would love it if you could email me and Miss Welch your stories so that we could have a really good look at them. And we will be able to respond to your emails as quickly as we can. Good luck, Willow and Ash class. Have fun writing your stories and don't forget to entertain the reader.